Is our government broken? The federal government, local government, state government. Can anything be done to improve it? All right. The question is a relative term. When you ask if government is broken, you have to ask yourself, is government broken relative to other governments of the world? Germany's government, the English government, Italy's government. What about Japan, China, Singapore, if you will? What about Russia? What about the eastern countries of Europe and so forth? Is our government more efficient than those governments? That's the real question. As long as we're more efficient than everybody else on the planet, we will remain the #1 player on the planet. To the extent that we're less efficient than other governments, their people will catch up to ours. Now, I suggest to you that we are probably still among the top 2 or 3 efficient governments in the world. At the same time, we're way behind where we should be. With the money that we spend on things, we don't get the bang for the buck. The politicians are basically out for themselves. We elect these people, but the lobbyists control them. And therefore, we do not get the democratic agenda. In other words, what the people want done is not getting done. It's what vast corporate governments, corporations that spend millions upon millions of dollars on contributions to political parties, they get what they want. Other interest groups get what they want. But what the American people need to survive and progress, we're not getting what we want. And that's because democracy has moved further and further away from the people. This country, our people have to take back the government and determine how we want the government run for ourselves. Recently, we had an Olympics. If you were there, if you watched, you realized that the train system in China, when you go to the airport, that their airport is modern and it blows away JFK in New York, LaGuardia in New York, Newark Airport in New York. The railroad that takes you on the train from the airport to the inner city travels at 220 miles per hour. We don't have a railroad in this country that is safe at speeds of 100 miles per hour. Europe is way ahead of us in a rail system. European cars get 40 miles to a gallon. Our cars get 20 miles to the gallon. We're not getting banged for the buck. And I suggest to you respectfully that this has been true throughout history, what I'm about to say, that the people get the government they deserve. And the American people have not devoted the time, certainly the best and the brightest do not go into government, but the American people have not devoted the time to make sure that our government is as good as the American people. And we've got to get with it, because somewhere in the next 50 years, we may no longer be the most powerful industrial service country in the world. We may be at the backs of someone else. And I'd hate to see that happen. We've been in the forefront for 100 years now. I'd like to see it continue, and we can continue to rejuvenate ourselves through immigration. But it will take the will and the desire of the American people to make this government better than what we've seen over the last several generations. Thank you and have a great day.